Hey guys, this is the notes for 8.4c. We're going to use data from a table or graph to determine the slope and the y-intercept. So here we go. 8.4c. Use data from a table or graph to determine the slope and y-intercept. Okay. So we are going to do this in the form of y equals mx plus b. I'm going to give you some notes on that first. Definitions. We've already talked about slope quite a bit, but as a refresher, let's put slope is the rate of change a change in y, this is all the same thing, divided by a change in x. And we also refer to it as rise over run. And that means if you have a point on the graph, 2 points on the graph, you take y, the second point, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and we never do this, but this is the formula because we do it by hand using rise over run, or we use the calculator. Okay. And it also can be referred to or noted as the m. It can be noted as k. And on the calculator, it is noted as a. And in the form of y equals mx plus b, this is your slope. If you have a word problem, the slope is usually next to the words each or every or per. Now we're going to talk about the y-intercept. And it is exactly as it sounds. It is where a graph of a line intersects the y-axis. It is the point where x is 0. In a word problem, it is the initial value the starting point or a set fee, something like that. It's an amount that won't change. So now let's do a table example. Oh, and the y-intercept is referred to as B. This one is M, this is your B. This is your y-intercept. This is not proportional. If your equation has a y-intercept, it is not proportional. We will learn more about that in Unit 4. So let's say we have a table. And we have these points. We have x and y, and we have points -3, -1, 0 and 2, 1 and 3, and 3 and 5. Now we can take these points and figure out everything we need to know. We can put this in the calculator, and it's going to tell us okay, we're going to hit stat, enter. We're going to put this side in, -3, 0, 1, and 3. I'm going to go up and over and put -1, 2, enter, 3, enter, and 5, enter. We're going to hit stat, tab 4, and we can see our slope is 1 and our y-intercept is 2. See the B? Okay, so now we know what we're looking for. We know that M equals 1. We know B equals 2. And now we can write our equation. We can write y equals y equals 1x, and we don't put the x, so y equals x plus 2. The calculator steps were stat, edit, put in the table, then you're going to hit stat, that little tab sign, and 4. Then enter all the way. So we took a table, we found the slope, the y-intercept, wrote the equation, and if we needed to graph it, we could graph -3 and 1. So we would go over, here's our y, here's our x. So we would go over -3, we would go down 1. The next point is x is 0, y is 2. The next point is x is 1, y is 3. And the last point is x is 3, y is 5. And this is your y-intercept. And it is because you can see that it crosses the y. This is where it crosses the y. Okay. Let's do one more. Cut some of this off so we don't need it. Let's do a graph example. Okay, we have our x and our y. And we have 0. Oh, I need to do the graph first. Hold on. Here's our graph. And we have the following points. Okay? And we can see that this point is 0 and -4. This point is 1, x is 1 and -2. We have 2 and 0. And then we have 3 and 2. Okay? Now that we have this, we can do our calculator and get the slope, or we can do rise over run here, and we can see that it's rising 2 and running 1, up 2 over 1. So we know our slope is going to be 2, and we can already tell that our y-intercept is -4, but let's check it. So let's hit stat, enter. Let's put in our x, and it's 0, enter, 1, enter, 2, enter, 3, enter, up and over. And now we're going to hit -4, -2, 0, and 2. Let's hit Stat Tab 4, enter all the way. And we see it's exactly what we said. Our slope is 2 and our y-intercept is -4. So we know m equals 2 and y-intercept equals -4, and we can tell this is it because x is 0. And that's it. So we found exact points. And we did rise over run. And then we looked at where does the line cross y. Okay, that'll do it for the 8.4C notes. Thank you for watching.